Hello, my friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. Let's talk about the December 26th edition of Friday Night SmackDown. A couple things really stood out to me, one being The Miz. The Miz is the most underrated superstar of all time. I am willing to die on this hill. I think The Miz is the most underrated superstar of all time. Not of this generation, not of the last 20 years, of all time. He still makes everything that he does relevant and fun and entertaining, and he just this has so much charisma and energy, and he cares so much about the WWE product. It just oozes out every time he's on screen. And he had this weird, kind of very entertaining street fight with Joe Hendry on SmackDown, and it was fine, whatever. But I'm just in love with The Miz. I think he's the most underrated superstar of all time. Joe Hendry is very, very entertaining. He's not very sharp or crisp in the ring. He kind of reminds me of like a Jey Uso in a sense, because Jey Uso, really entertaining, really got over with the yeet movement. Joe Hendry, really entertaining, got over with this like wave thing, his I Believe stuff. But both of these guys, Jey Uso and Joe Hendry, aren't up to the upper echelon level that you need to be in terms of in-ring ability to really be a main event star. Now they can be upper mid-card. Joe Hendry can wrestle with The Miz all day. You know, The Miz can pretty much make anyone look good. He's gotten so much better as a professional wrestler over the years. I mean, it's just incredible how good he's gotten and how comfortable he probably is in that ring, and how great he can call spots and execution and flow and things of that nature. And just like how much like confidence and effort and full commitment he puts into everything that he does. There's so many things that he does that every wrestler on the roster and every wrestler around the world could learn from The Miz. But like Joe Hendry and Jey Uso, they're just not that good in the ring. There are some pieces of their game that are a little awkward, not as sharp, not as crisp as you would say the main event guys, like Gunther and Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns and CM Punk and hopefully Braun Breaker and things of that nature. And so that's why I think Jey Uso, Joe Hendry will just kind of float around in the mid-card. Jey Uso will get like upper mid-card status. Joe Hendry will kind of live in that frame, which is totally fine. You need mid-card guys who are very entertaining and charismatic and who can carry the show, especially now that SmackDown is going to go to 3 fucking hours. Which is a terrible, terrible choice. They had some of the lowest ratings and views they've ever had in the history of SmackDown over the last couple weeks on a 2-hour show. Now they're moving to 3 hours. It's going to be really tough to make 3 hours of very sharp, entertaining television. I hope WWE can do it. Another person who needs more work when it comes to their in-ring work is Lash Legend. Now, she's being pushed hard by WWE. She loses to a roll-up to Charlotte Flair last night, but she's in Elimination Chamber. She's in an 8-man tag team match next week, right? She's in these big-time matches on Friday Night SmackDown and PLEs, and she's just not very good in the ring. Kind of like Jade Cargill. Right, I just don't get the appeal for some of these women when there's other women who can actually perform really well. Now, Lash Legend has a great presence, has a great feel, character. She has a great forearm, but she's one step behind on Charlotte Flair. If you watch that match, Charlotte Flair's having to like pause almost at every spot when she meets her in the ring with a move, or when she's waiting to get hit, she has to stop her momentum. It should be flowing. There should be execution. It should be like a dance that these two are incorporating for them together. Like John Cena said, right? It should be about listening and having a conversation with the audience. Well, Charlotte Flair was talking and Lash Legend was barely listening, and she wasn't able to keep up. Now, that might just be inexperience, and so that's awesome. She just needs more experience, but I don't know if that experience should come on television on Friday Night SmackDown. But maybe it has to. Maybe there's no other way. Maybe you just got to learn with time under tension. You got to be thrown into the deep end and see how it goes. Now, I come the same way in Jade Cargill. I'm not really sure why she's the women's champion. I've literally never seen her have a great match. Now, I've been told that in AEW, she had great matches. Haven't seen a great match from her in WWE. That's really all I care about. Now, we'll see. Of course, she has a great presence, a great look, a great character, sort of decent charisma, things of that nature, kind of like Lash Legend does as well. But both of them are subpar in the ring, like I was talking about when it comes to Jey Uso and Joe Hendry. Both are very charismatic, very entertaining, can talk, can put together decent matches, but don't have that sort of next level AJ Styles type of stuff that they can do in the ring, that they can carry themselves as a champion over time, because you need to have great matches in the ring, right? CM Punk can do it. Regardless if I like CM Punk or not, he can do it. Gunther can do it. Cody Rhodes can do it. Roman Reigns can do it. Hopefully Braun Breaker can do it. Someone like LA Knight can do it. Someone like Sami Zayn can do it. Joe Hendry, Jey Uso, I'm not convinced that they can have matches, great main event matches, over and over and over every single night. We've seen Jey Uso fumble the ball. He already fumbled it. Joe Hendry's a different story. He hasn't really been given that type of match. He just had a gimmick match with The Miz, but, whatever. And so I feel the same way about Lash Legend and Jade Cargill. I just don't see them being able to have just really high quality matches in a main event level scene over and over and over again. But again, I would absolutely be love to be proven wrong. I would love it. Prove me wrong. Please go do the work. Prove me wrong. Like Maxine Dupree has put in the work on a consistent basis, and now she is a credible professional wrestler. Does she still need to get better? Yes. Does she still need to get more comfortable and have better timing and better execution? Of course she does. But she's gotten better. You can see the Miz's career trajectory. You can see John Cena. Both of these guys were bad professional wrestlers. They got better and better and better and better and better, and now they're at the top of their game. John Cena's retired. The Miz is sort of past his prime, but you get my point. It's like they got to the top of their game because they kept getting better and better and better, and they cared deeply about their craft. So hopefully, Jade Cargill and Lash Legend are doing the same thing. And then Friday Night SmackDown ended in a really, really good way, with Drew McIntyre announcing a 3 Stages of Hell match in Berlin, Germany. This is where WWE has to pull the trigger. Drew McIntyre has to win this match. If Drew McIntyre loses again to Cody Rhodes and doesn't become WWE Undisputed Champion, Drew McIntyre can no longer fight for that title, and he's no longer looked at as a main event guy, which he is. Drew McIntyre is a main event guy. WWE television is better when Drew McIntyre is on it, and he needs to be an even bigger part of the show, especially since now it's fucking 3 hours long. And so you have to have Drew McIntyre win. I think Cody Rhodes loses that title. I think Randy Orton has to be involved in this 3 Stages of Hell match. Maybe Randy Orton inadvertently or advertently costs Cody Rhodes the title. Then you have Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton feud into WrestleMania. You have Drew McIntyre hold the WWE Undisputed Championship going into WrestleMania. He fights Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns wins, becomes the WWE Undisputed Champion. But I would actually just love it if Drew McIntyre beat Roman Reigns, because Roman Reigns is a part-timer right now, and Drew McIntyre has a long sort of dominant run to reestablish himself as the guy in WWE, with a feud from Roman Reigns. But I also wouldn't be mad if Roman Reigns became a full-time guy again and beat Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania 42. And I think those are the 2 matches that could potentially come out of SmackDown that would be really, really good for WrestleMania. But the December 26th edition of Friday Night SmackDown was pretty good, not bad. Those are my thoughts and feelings on it. I'm not sure if I'm very excited for a 3-hour show, but I'm going to give WWE the benefit of the doubt, and they're going to start producing great television because they have the time to do so, and they're going to get storylines over and characters over, and they're really going to give the fans, us, what we want. So that's my thoughts and feelings. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'd absolutely love to hear from you. Then like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Lots of love. Cheers.